Am I the asshole for not chipping in for my teen daughter's hair appointment? January 2025, I told my daughter that I didn't want her to dye her hair. 1. BC, she's still too young. 2. The cost to maintain it will be a lot, especially when I'm already maintaining her Gel X manicure every 6 weeks. She got her father involved, and I expressed those two things. So he asked his wife for her thoughts, and she informed my ex that maintaining it doesn't cost a lot. So I told my ex that I will only cover her haircut, and I will not help in any way on my daughter dyeing or maintaining her hair dyeing. My daughter retouched her hair July 2025. Her father didn't reach out to let me know. Which is fine, I'm not paying for it, and he didn't care about my thoughts on why I don't want her to get it. Now my daughter wants highlights, the cost is $170. My ex reached out and asked me if I can help. I said absolutely not, and reminded him of our convo back in January 2025. Am I the asshole? Should I help? I want to stand firm, but I am also feeling a bit bad, like I'm not helping and a CR at PPY parent. Edit on the nails. I'm a co-parent. I cannot control what my ex does. I am trying to maintain a decent relationship, so I do my part and help with maintaining her nails. I am trying to put my foot down but feeling myself crack, just like her nail problem. Not sure how old she is, but if she has gel nails every 6 weeks and getting her hair dyed/streaked, seems like she should be old enough to get a part-time job to pay for these things. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, your daughter can dye or bleach highlights into her hair in the sink like the rest of us did when we were her age, lol. $170 for a dye job is for adult people who have fancy jobs where they have to look nice, not teenage people. A teenager who wants gel nails and hair appointments should be paying for them herself. You and your ex are not doing her any favors. Am I the asshole for making my friend pay for my Uber home after she surprised me? So I went out last night some friends. One of them, let's call her Sarah, offered to drive since she doesn't drink and said she'd stay sober. Cool. Everything was fine until like 1 a.m. when she suddenly says she's too tired and wants to leave. I told her I was good staying and I'd just Uber home later. She kept saying she felt responsible for me and wouldn't leave without me. It honestly turned into a whole thing, and I didn't feel like arguing in the middle of the club, so I just went with her. Then once we get to the car, she goes, "Actually, I'm gonna go to my BF's place, it's closer." His place is like 20 minutes the opposite direction from mine. She drives there, pulls into a gas station near his house, and tells me to just call a ride from there. The Uber back to my place was $25 because of surge. If she had just left me at the club like I originally said, I would have paid and not cared. But she basically forced me to leave because she felt responsible, and then dropped me off halfway so she could see her BF. So yeah, I Venmo requested her the $25. Now she's mad saying I'm ungrateful because she already gave me a ride, and my other friends think I'm being petty over $25. Ick. It's not even really about the money. It just feels weird to drag someone out and then leave them at a gas station. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole, so she felt responsible for you, but was fine leaving you at a gas station alone? Math isn't matting. Not the asshole, that's super bizarre behavior from her. Not the asshole. That's so strange. Why not just drop you off then go to her boyfriend's? Was she afraid of walking to her car alone and just wanted you as a human shield? Am I the asshole for telling my sister she can't regularly bring her boyfriend to stay in my home? Per my last post here, this quandary is owing to my unusual living situation. I rent my childhood home from my mother, who lives in her second home elsewhere. I make a pretty small wage in an extremely expensive city, so while I would like to just have my own place, it's not going to be feasible for a long time. My current company is even on a pay freeze. My sister makes substantially more than me, but lives in a busy house, share the other side of the city. Her boyfriend lives in essentially poor student accommodation in a different city. She's recently been saying that she feels she's outgrowing her house share, and that she and her partner find it really stressful staying there because of how busy it is, and they can't get much peace together. All that to say that last weekend they came to stay here in the family home, and then added 2 additional nights onto the stay without letting me know because they were enjoying the space. Now I've just had 5 hours notice that they've decided they'll be staying here again, because the boyfriend really got stressed at the idea of staying in her house share. I basically said that I'm not okay with having such short notice, and I'm also not really happy if they're trying to make this a regular thing. This isn't an alternate place to stay for me. This is my only home, and I don't appreciate a couple showing up whenever they want to get some space, and in doing so taking mine. My sister is angry because she says it's her childhood home too, and I'm not the one to say when she can or can't come and who she brings. And of course my mum wants to stay out of it lol. So too long did not read. Am I the asshole for trying to stipulate when my sister can or can't bring her boyfriend to stay in the family home that I rent on an individual basis? Mouthful. Edit. Some info. 1. I'm not objecting to them staying at all. Last week they were going to a game nearby, so it felt like it would have been unreasonable to complain. I'm complaining about showing up at short notice, for indefinite periods, and regularly in a house that's my full-time residence. 2. I don't pay market rate me, and my mum agreed an amount based on a suitable proportion of my income, and I regularly check in case she wants increases. She's currently happy with what I'm currently paying. 3. My mum sort of takes my side in that she says she wouldn't want them coming by as they do in my position, but won't lay down the law personally, because she doesn't want to alienate my sister. 4. There is an official written agreement stipulating me as a tenant and my mum as the landlord. Not the asshole. What this place used to be is immaterial. My name is the only name on the rental agreement. That makes you a guest. Guests don't get to invite themselves, and especially don't get to invite other guests. You are paying rent. Your sister does not live there and doesn't pay rent. She has no right to be there without your consent. Not the asshole. You are paying to live there. They don't get to just decide to stay there again with no notice or permission. If her own place stresses out her boyfriend, then she needs to move. It's not your problem. Am I the asshole for not masking my disability? I am a part of a D&D group with other neurodivergent adults that play in person every Tuesday. Me and one other girl both have echolalia. Echolalia is an involuntary tic, and we both tic frequently at D&D, which was never a problem until now, even with X. X came back to the D&D table after a few months of taking a break from the group. At the beginning of the session R and I were joking around, and our echolalia gets more frequent with elevated emotions. When X arrived and heard us, she politely asked us to stop because she was overstimulated from the day. We thought she just wanted a few minutes of quiet until game started. As the night continued, so did our echolalia, as it's involuntary. X snapped at us to stop again. We apologized and said we didn't realize she wanted us to stop all night and that we can't control it. I offered to move to the other end of the table, and X blew me off. 4 days later, X went into our Discord server to call us out and accused us of using our disability as an excuse. R and I tried to get X in a private message, but X kept going at it in the server, saying that we are horrible for not taking her feelings into account. X sent, I want you to know what pieces of human garbage you are, and want to shame you. I want you banned from every space that I am in. Now 10 days later, X is posting on social media that R and I are unsafe people. X also posted that we want to apologize, but she has us both blocked everywhere. Info, what sorts of things are you saying when you are ticking? Also, can you explain how you chose to give a few quiet minutes at the beginning of the game if your tics are involuntary? I don't understand any of this. I also have this. Do you not work on it at all? I let my phrases fly alone in my car or room. You are the asshole because you and I are acting like you're the only people, and the only people with neurodivergent needs in the group. You're whining about not wanting to mask, and yet that's exactly what you're expecting from X.